On the 28th of November 1987, South African Airways Flight 295, a Boeing 747 Combi aircraft, crashed into the Indian Ocean approximately 135 nautical miles northeast of the coast of Mauritius. All 159 passengers and crew on board were killed. The disaster would trigger a quarter of a century of intrigue, mystery and speculation about what caused the accident, what ignited a blaze on board the aircraft, and what exactly was in the cargo hold of the plane. Several investigations have been carried out over the course of the past 25 years, including the Margot Commission of Inquiry, the Truth and Reconciliation hearings, and official plane crash probes. But despite this, there has never been decisive clarity about what really happened. Peter Otzen's father was on board the Helderberg. He was born just 10 days after the plane went down. Now, with a legal degree behind him, Otzen wants a fresh inquiry into the crash.
I feel that it's important to have the inquiry reopened because there has been not only a miscarriage of justice, but there's been state-sanctioned murder. The Helderberg wasn't an accident in every sense of the word. There was definitely a form of negligence, there was definitely intent, and it's high time that I knew what happened to my family, and it's high time that 158 other families knew what happened to their relatives on that night in November 1987.
The young man wrote to President Jacob Zuma asking him to initiate a new probe. He's going to the Constitutional Court in an attempt to force the president's hand. Advocate Paul Hoffman from the Institute for Accountability is assisting Otzen with the application.
It really follows the precedent that was created in the Terry Crawford Brown litigation concerning the arms deal inquiry. The basis in law is that the president has a responsibility. He is the only person who can appoint a commission of inquiry, and if there is good cause to appoint a commission of inquiry and he refuses to do so, then he is in breach of his constitutional responsibility and can be compelled by the court to do what he is meant to do by appointing a commission of inquiry.
Otzen is also basing his application on the work done by forensic pathologist David Cleto, who was initially retained as an investigator for Boeing. He maintains that the apartheid government committed mass murder.
What I say happened to the Helderberg is based on solid factual evidence. That evidence is the fact that there was 2 fires, the fact that the pilot did not land after the first fire as he was obliged to do in terms of aviation safety regulations and good flying practice, the fact that he radioed back to ask for permission, of which we have incontrovertible proof, and that permission was refused. We know that Margot covered up the inquiry and that he sought to conceal evidence. We know that the rocket systems that South Africa had at the time were failing. That is why they were importing from England or from America, and I'm not sure which, this material called ammonium perchlorate, which is the major component of rocket fuel.
Many believe the government was using passenger jets to secretly import weapons for use in Angola while under an arms embargo. Last year, Eyewitness News revealed a new development in the case when retired pilot Claire Fichard came forward, saying a now-deceased colleague at SAA, James Deal, had confessed to him crucial information about controversial ZUR tapes. This gave credence to ongoing speculation about a massive apartheid cover-up. Retired senior route manager at SAA, Brian Watkins, claims he warned the airline days before the crash and subsequently received death threats, warning him not to reveal what he knew. What do you believe happened to the Helderberg?
The Helderberg was destroyed by a missile fired by the South African Air Force, own Air Force, not by the Americans, on the instructions of the South African government.
And why do you believe it was shot down?
They had to prevent it landing anywhere, because if the plane had crash landed or landed normally, depending on its state at that time, fire experts would have immediately discovered the illegal cargo on board, which SAA was playing a role in international sanctions busting.
While some write off these claims as mere conspiracy theories, 24-year-old Peter Otzen says he believes there is enough evidence for a new investigation to take place. Otzen says he has an obligation and is driven by a sense of duty to ensure the truth will finally out.
I will never be silenced by anyone, irrespective of their rank or position.
It needs to be done. The citizens of this country have had enough politicians lying for them for enough time. It's time now that we told the truth.
We're going to go to the Constitutional Court. We're probably going to be successful. and we're going to have a new commission of inquiry, and we're going to find out what happened to the Helderberg. Why? Because it's right, because it's necessary, and because it's high time.
Mandy Wiener, Eyewitness News.
Eyewitness News. In touch, in tune, and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.